Only the best here in Scarsdale. The funerals. I don't even want to talk about it. Lots of wine. From lots of rich people who never cared a lot about it. Lots of those little hot dogs. Dipping mustard with toothpicks. You know what I see. Sort of like a bar mitzvah. Only without the photographer. I want to start at the beginning, so let me introduce on my right the lovely and talented Robin Stegman. Chestnut hair, hazel eyes that are almost almond shaped, but not quite that ordinary. Great cheekbones, so high they're practically above her head. Sensual mass, like the kind you read about in penthouse poems. Sensational smile, but the teeth are small. I can't stand people with teeth the size of chiclets. The nose is a little small. But God did this on purpose, to give her the illusion of imperfection. Besides, most of the women I've known have noses the size of the Library of Congress. Noses so big that should they ever go blind, they wouldn't need a cane. I'm talking dorsal fins on their faces. Robin's nose is okay. She's the ideal woman. Don't you think? Doesn't matter if you don't. These things are very subjective. She is my obsession, and that's all that counts. Well, I get to know her, and she makes me, or maybe I make myself, well, you'll see. You know, I feel it's getting closer and closer.
Me too. It's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Beautiful.
It's glorious, and I just love being friends, you know. But I was hoping that maybe we could be a little more than friends.
Oh, well, what exactly did you have in mind?
I was thinking in terms of an occasional hand-holding, perhaps, and maybe a quick exchange of kisses here and there.
David, don't you realize how important this friendship is to me? Don't you realize we could be friends for the rest of our lives, but if we get involved, then eventually we'll break up and probably never speak to each other again.
Boy, you sure have a talent for foresight. I mean, I haven't even nibbled your ear yet, and you've got us fighting for divorce. Look, let's give it a try. I predict it no matter what happens, we'll always be friends.
Can't know that for sure.
Yes, I can. I checked it in the Farmer's Almanac.
David, you're terrific, and I know how much you care. But you're just too good to risk. I feel sorry for you.
All right, all right. We'll be friends. Platonic friends. We'll go to the baseball games together. Hit the bar, spill a few beers. Who knows, maybe with an arm wrestle. Just what I had in mind.
Where are you going?
To read the Starlet in Worthy. Look, friendship is important. But I want to hold this girl. I want to talk about her in the crabgrass of the backyard. I want to excel her with the soon-to-be famous David R. Irving Carnal Tsunami. Actually, I'd be content with the occasional cuddle. Just something to show her that I love her. But God forbid, should I make the least furtive move. You see, it isn't just that she's beautiful. It's that she's so dang vulnerable. Isn't she? Didn't you think so? Anyway, because God has equipped me with such fine instincts for self-preservation, I look at Robin, realize she's unattainable, and decide that since we can't just be lovers, I'll just be utterly miserable, which I am. Although, I never let on. Therefore, in the interest of combating mental illness, I date the individual which you are about to meet for 6 uneventful months. She is a local girl, Scarsdale born and bred. Her name is Roberta Shears. It used to be Roberta Shizvoshvitz. You knew them. But the Shizvoshvitz, reason her father, the former Mr. Shizvoshvitz, did not get very far in the world.
I feel so gross today. Yuck.
You don't look gross.
Yes, I do. My hair is disgusting. My thighs are enormous. And I woke up this morning with another chin.
Oh my heck, how many does that make now?
Somewhere. Green eyeliner, or is that gross?
The green eyeliner is definitely gross. Nobody has green skin unless seriously ill.
But my eyes are so gross without color.
Your eyes are very pretty. And when you stop saying gross, everything that comes out of your mouth is gross. It's like a whole language is used. Because as, how's the weather yesterday, Roberta? It was gross. Did you like my Aunt Sylvia? No? She's gross. And I bet you don't remember what you said after we kissed for the first time.
I said bark. Well, you've been eating all those artichokes. Stop making fun of me, David. Okay, so sometimes I say some pretty gross things. But you know I try to make you happy.
You do. Oh, you do.
Good. And you make me happy, too.
I do.
Of course you do, silly. Why, whenever we're together, you laugh.
That's because we make fun of each other.
That's not the point. The point is, we feel comfortable around each other. And who knows, maybe someday we'll get married. Well, that's not important now. What's important is that you know how much I love you.
I do. You're very good to me.
Yeah. Well, cut it out, David. I love you.
She's got a good heart, you know. But coming as I do, from the Don Juan Rothkopf School of Emotional Romanticism, I look at her and realize that because she is mine, if I want her, immediately means I don't want her. What can I say? No butterflies in the stomach, that's all. You can't manufacture them. They either show up or they don't. But Robin, she is my Charlotte.
No.
You know, I think I'm honestly getting used to the idea of just being friends.
You are. How did that happen?
Well, things with the bird, you know, good and all, but they're just not the
I'm
same.
happy for you.
Yeah, thanks. I think she actually loves me or something horrible like that. Can you imagine?
She's a lovely girl.
She is, definitely. And with her help, I guess I'm really happy about you and I and friendship.
She loves you. Very nice.
Love is nice.
Then you know this.
No, that'd be far too pleasant a situation.
Why don't you love her?
I'm not sure. I got up last week, looked down the list of people I loved, and she wasn't on it.
That's too bad.
Well, it's a short list.
No, it doesn't always have to be like this.
No, I don't think I'll ever love her. It's
No,
just that
I mean between us.
with you,
Well, things could change. What?
you mean,
Forget it. It's nothing. I never should have brought it
no,
up.
no, hang on. I said the life-altering moment to you. Do you mean that you and I, simultaneous pedicures, and... By the way, did you happen to bring a trumpet? Perhaps a large percussion instrument? Fanfare, I mean fanfare, like the happen at the Army-Navy game.
David, come on, you're acting like you just won the lottery or something. I can't promise anything. We're taking a big chance here.
Gambling's over. We won.
Go and tell Roberta.
The truth, she'll understand.
She must be a saint.
She is. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Just when I thought I had everything figured out. Robin thought that I was getting used to never being friends. Therefore, we became friends. I was finally getting used to the idea of never being lovers. Therefore, we became lovers. Suddenly, in her eyes, I was no longer this omnipresent idolater who longed for the day we would kiss. Therefore, we kissed. Makes perfect sense. Poor Roberta, perhaps she had something to do with Robin's revelation. I did tell her the truth, and she did understand, although she said it was a pretty gross thing to do. Needless to say, I'm hooked. Robin gives me a purpose. She lets me give. 4 months later, I ask her to marry me. She accepts. It's a 4 outstanding months. I'm bothered by only one worry. What if, a couple of years down the road, one of us gets bored? Me? Never. Robin? I don't know. So I decided to consult my grandfather, the family guru. He's married 50 years to the same woman, and as we'll see in a minute, if they're still together, there's hope for anybody.
You come in a restaurant?
I'm sorry, I thought you liked it.
Why did they put herb cheese in all the dishes? I can't stand herb cheese. It gives me life.
So you keep staying. Yes, still, Grandpa. You didn't have to steal You didn't order that.
You bet I didn't order that. What the heck are undulating onions?
This is supposed to be a celebration. I'm getting married in 2 weeks, remember?
Of course I remember. And look at this one. Number 16. Clowns to glaze. Strange clown. Took with a special Italian broth, nestled inside, simmering garlic flakes, bread slices, all encased in a cocoon of melted herb cheese.
Lamb with lassi?
That's what it says.
I missed that one. I had the stew.
Yeah, that would be number 31. The Gettysburg porridge.
Right. Very the details. I enjoyed it, Grandpa. Herb cheese. I know.
How do you pick these restaurants anyway?
No, Guy Michelin. Listen,
I order my salad. The waiter says, what kind of dressing do you want? I say, what do you get? He says, Russian, Italian, Caesar, Caligula, Thousand Island, South Soviet, Russian.
you had the oil and vinegar.
It was the only thing I could pronounce.
Listen, Grandpa, I need to talk to you. Seriously. Do you think you can manage it?
Of course I can manage it.
I mean, I don't know if it's the right move.
The oil and vinegar?
No, not the oil and vinegar. Marriage. I mean, Robin's a nice girl, but what if after a while one of us gets bored?
As far as I can tell, the girl's a dream. She's everything. Pretty, nice figure, clean mouth. Compared to most women in our family, the girl is a crime.
What about that one at the family reunion?
Look, David, have you ever given serious thought to the ugliness in our family? All right, so your mother's presentable. But my goodness, every girl your brother brings home, I want to put down the newspapers. And your Aunt Rose, my goodness, she looks like she was in a motorcycle accident. The whole side of the family is hideous. You're worried about being bored with a girl getting a couple of brains in her head? Come on.
You're such a misogynist.
So are you.
I am not. Am I? And anyway, it's not a matter of looks or brains. It's a matter of spending a lifetime. That's kind of a long time with the same person. And okay, let's say I'm not going to get bored.
What are you talking about? Robin will look great till she's 50. Look at her mother, Mrs. Robin. What's that last name again?
Stegman.
Right. See how Mrs. Stegman has held up over the years?
Stegman. Not Stegelman. Stegman.
Right. Look, I always say, if you want to know what the girl's gonna look like when she's 50, look at her mother. Mrs. Diamond looks great from the Bureau fraud.
Okay, you convinced me.
I know. You wonder about what happens after age 50. That I can't guarantee. But most likely, you won't care if she looks like a creature from the Black Lagoon.
Will you just listen to me?
What? Look, let's be best. Pretty sure my oldest grandson will be entering the realm of marriage. Mazel tov.
What was that for?
Just touching all the bases. You never know.
Look, Grandpa, you're beginning to worry. I mean, how's it with you and Grandma? Are you still in love? Can you still look at her so wonderful?
Are you kidding? I could look at her from here to Kingdom Come.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah, I can't touch her, but I can look at her forever.
That's something anyway.
Yeah, as long as she doesn't say anything. Let's just sit there and keep quiet.
Look, Grandpa. I need to talk to you seriously. I mean, I need to know. Look, let's say I do get married to her, and then something goes wrong. Are you still in love with Grandma?
Yeah.
Is Grandma still in love with you?
Yeah.
Were there bad times?
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever think of leaving?
Me? Never. She knows how much she's everything to me.
Did she ever think of leaving?
Never. I don't know. She knows how much I don't know.
Because the other day, Ross and I were sitting in Burger World.
Burger
and
World? Crazy place. You go into Burger World now, they got veal parmesan. Who the heck is Burger World without veal parmesan?
Grandpa?
Pretty sure you'll be able to go to Burger World and say, I'd like the shrimp scampi, please, and a Cubs casino, and can I see the wine list, please? Look, dude, I'm sorry. I built my entire world around your grandmother. For us, it works. At least for me, it works. For you, who can know?
But I have to try.
Of course, because life without that kind of love, nothing. Life is crazy.
So I married her. I gamble on her. Place to bet. It was a beautiful wedding.
It was, only who was that strange man that kept making those awful noises?
That was Grandpa. Something he ate.
He stood up in the middle of the sermon and asked if anybody wanted some Maylocks.
Linda, try it there with me. Having a disturbed second childhood. And thank you
For what?
for loving me, for marrying me.
David, you're getting all hyper serious again.
I don't care. It's wonderful. For the first time, I actually feel like I belong in the world. Do you understand?
Sure, David.
I mean, I owe everything to you. My heart, my life. I mean, with you, it's fun to fold the laundry. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
They're not black.
What?
Your pupils, they're not black. They're more of a cocoa.
David, what is it with you and that?
I'm serious. I worry about these things.
I know.
Hell yes. 3 loaded words, huh, gang? I say them a lot to her over the occasion of the next few months. Usually, she feels obliged to repeat them. Let's just go back to bed today and smoke.
And what?
You know, hold each other for the next 10 or 12 hours?
David, I have things to do.
Come over here.
David, I can't breathe.
Sorry.
I'll see you later. Go snuggle with
I
yourself.
don't want to snuggle with myself.
Then take the standing lamp.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Come on, I get the tad feeling that one of us is maybe just a little more content than the other.
David, you're suffocating me. You're giving to death. I don't have to do anything. I just show up and I get the crap left out of me. I feel like such a miser. And you feel...
I feel, and I'll tell you how I feel. I feel like Werther again, but I can't stop. I love her. I love her with my life. What am I supposed to do? She can't breathe, she says. Fine, I'll get her an aqua lung. Well, as you can imagine, things get really difficult. And I handle it with that typical triumph of strength. I whimper a lot. And one fine day, I don't understand.
David, you never let me win you. You never let me work. Everything's so dang easy. I never had to fight for you. I never felt lucky to have you. You're always just there.
You want to win me? Fine, I'll put myself up for bids on The Price is Right.
Just let me go gracefully, will you please?
Where are you going?
I don't know.
I do. I know where you're going. You're getting off with some tall, blonde, muscular stud who'll never love you the way you deserve to be loved.
Why do I deserve it? Tell me that.
Because
I don't deserve it, that's why.
What do you mean? You're gorgeous, vibrant, bright. I mean, one of the finest nibbles I've ever seen. It should be in the Spiegel catalog. I mean, not ever is there never so much as a gram of lint in that nibble. It's the umbilical cord was perfectly trimmed.
David, stop it.
I'm serious. Let's face it, that navel should be bronze. That navel should be in the Bureau of Standards.
No jokes now, David. And I'm happy to hear that you love me because you think my body should be in the Spiegel catalog.
What do you mean? Spiegel has over 50,000 quality items. Chicago, 60609. And you know it's more than just a navel.
And my cocoa people.
And your cocoa people, I'm in love with you. I always have been. I want to share my life with you. If it was up to me, you wouldn't have another pain or loneliness as long as you live.
David, I'm not an ingenuine. I'm not a thing, nor that you can hang on the wall and worship. I'm sick of being worshipped, and you should be sick of worshiping. It's unhealthy. Who cares if my pupils are black or cocoa? And I don't want to be protected. I've already got one father. If pain is a part of life, I don't want to be spared. That's boring.
Don't you love me?
Yes, David. I love you very much, but I'm not in love with you. Do you understand?
Yeah, sure. Certainly. Got it. You love me, but you're not in love with me. Love, yes. In love, no. Ah, the mighty preposition. Jeez, I wish I put the monarch notes into this relationship. You love me, but you're not in love with me. There's a lesson here. Life is grammar.
David, it's not our fault.
Listen, good luck, okay? I want you to go out there and fall in love. But on no account should you marry false love. Have a terrific time and write to me. Spelling counts, okay? I didn't think it was possible to love somebody too much. That evening, Robin says, David, if you decide to love a houseplant, you could probably drive it out of the house. That hurts. But it makes me think. And the last thing she permits me to give her is an easy divorce. Well, being a child of the 20th century, I realized that it is time to see a psychiatrist. This is a radical departure for me. Since I've always viewed psychiatrists as nothing more than prostitute friends. And I do not have to ply my friends, thank you very much. Especially at those prices. But what the heck? When you gotta go, you gotta go. My good friend Stanley Culbus is a psychiatrist. But please understand, I knew him long before he chose that profession. But still, I cannot burden him with this morass, which I affectionately call my emotional center. What do you do in Scarsdale when you need a good string? Well, for one thing, I could probably ask any of my neighbors for recommendations. After all, it's Scarsdale. Half my neighbors probably have goldfish that have been through it now. However, I decided to take up the yellow pages and look under Psycho. There I find Dr. Wanderlust. With a name like that, she should be a trapeze artist or something. But I give her a try. She immediately schedules me for 3 days of work, 3 days a week, immediately to the emergency psychotherapy. Terrific. Then she explains to me that I am depressed. What am I? Then, in painstaking detail, she tells me why I'm depressed. Very therapeutic, I tell you. I was about to jump out of the window in the middle of the first session. I don't want to know why I'm depressed. It's too depressing. So I give her to the Lord and go on the plan again. I decide to give Stanley Culp a try. He is the friend I should have gone to in the first place. Check. Aha! So you think you can frighten me this is an extractment for you? Suck on this. Ooh, you petite piece of poo-poo. Just because you were born with the money, you think you can go check. Well, check. The top. Good mood. You seem better. Sing, madame. Nay, it is. I know not sing. Look, sweet prince, you may have to put on an anic disposition, but you don't have to act foolish. I know that, Stan, and I appreciate it. But to tell you the truth, I've been thinking about other side. Huh? Yeah, you know my Cadillac? Sure, world's fattiest car. What are you gonna do, shoot it? Not exactly. I was thinking more driving off a cliff or something. It's not that tacky. I'm serious, Stan. No one will ever match up. Well, how do you know until you try? I tried. Believe me, I tried. For the last year, I subjected myself to a litany of impossible features. Like Carol. Remember her? The young Republican, besought to bond with. And parents who looked like a picture out of the Brigham Young Student Handbook. What about Joan? Gross. Personality, like beef jerky. Plus, she showers bi-weekly, and she's got a stupid peasant. Forget it. And one dynamite mind, like a 3 AM television test pattern. You look at her, and her face goes...
There's always Roberta.
Stan, there will be another Robin, and there's no use waiting for it. And I therefore have little interest for staying on the planet.
I think maybe you're a little unstable.
Unstable? Of course I'm unstable. I eat unstable for breakfast. I majored in unstable in college. Was a minor in Babylonian drapery hardware. What can I say? It was liberal arts. This is such a mess. Did you ever read the Scarsdale murder?
Sure, but people don't go around killing themselves over unrequited love anymore. They go to psychiatrists.
Oh, good. You feel much better.
Look, let's get to the root of this.
It's very simple. Robin was my whole world. Nothing else matters now. I wanted to share everything with her.
Whether she liked it or not.
Yeah.
So you understand what she liked.
Yeah.
You did that too, if you with me.
Yes, I don't blame her for leaving.
Good. Now let's go on to step 2. Believe me when I tell you that there are thousands soulmates for every one person. Life is chance. If you hadn't met her, you've met someone else, and you still will, if you're patient and you hang around long enough to let the future act as secure.
That's like 2 out of 3 marriages end in divorce.
Well, 1 out of 3 doesn't. And you owe it to yourself to try.
How long? How long do I have to tolerate misery?
As long as it takes.
No. Waiting is a sin. Waiting for anything is a sin. Waiting for this God is sure as hell a sin.
Well, what about Robert?
What about her?
Well, for one thing, you're still married.
Tell-
Least technically.
Tell me about it. She's living with that blonde.
I know, but don't you see that if you die, you'll be taking her right along with you? If you really love her, that should mean something to you.
She's hard as a rock. She'll be fine.
Baloney. Death is serious business. You'll kill her too. She'll die of guilt.
Ah, yes, guilt, along with fear, are the dominant emotions of our faith. Look, let me tell you something. In 5 years, I'll be nothing more than a mere dim memory.
You're wrong. You know, I bet you're just dying to know what the world would think if you actually did it.
I could care less what the world thinks. Why should I? They never cared what I thought.
All right, Werther. Let's see you're still married to Robin. And you've got.
Yes. And then she dies, I'll follow her.
That's ridiculous. You can't let your life revolve around someone else. It has to revolve around you. You have to see that for a person with your good mind, he'll justify the grounds for suicide.
Then Socrates was wrong.
Socrates was old.
Then Juliet was wrong.
Juliet was old.
Juliet was 12.
Juliet knew.
What am I doing with this? I'm so illiterate. Juliet Shapiro, for heaven's sake. Haven't you read Juliet and Romeo? Remember Sigmund?
She was a fictional character. She had no bearing on my mind.
Hank,
Look, David, you're faced with a choice. If you're right, and you're never going to find bliss again, it's
you know what that is? Clamps for glossy.
what?
Look, Stan, I don't mean to be impossible. I'm sure, for example, that psychiatry is very helpful in some cases. Like, maybe someone that has an irrational fear of toilet tissue. Or maybe somebody that has an insatiable desire to cover the body with a cup of soup and do the samba on a miniature schnauzer. But for me, it just won't work. Thanks for trying.
Where are you going?
Be good.
You're not going anywhere.
Let me go, Stan.
You're not leaving.
Get out of my way.
No, I'm taking you home with me.
I said leave me alone, Stan.
All right, I'll leave you alone. More alone than you've ever been before, you fool. You want to kill yourself? Go ahead and do it. It's the romantic thing to do. It's what Werther did, and it's wrong.
Maybe, maybe not. Hang around and find out for... No.
I'll send you a postcard.
Hello? Roberta, hi. How are you? No, I have a minute, but you just caught me on the way out. You heard about that, did you? Who the hell told you? No, it really doesn't matter. It's just that I didn't realize the separation was such an immediate thing. Yeah, that's Scarsdale. No, there's really nothing. Although there is one thing you can do for me. Just promise me that you'll never cry over me, okay? That's easy enough, right? Yeah. Why can't I idolize you, Roberta? No, I cannot start now. I really don't understand why. No, I can't. You too. Bye.
David.
Robin, what are you doing here? Come in. Geez, never a dull moment in Scarsdale.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
Listen, I can always stay a little while, but
No, I'm glad you came. As a matter of fact, I just headed over to your place to say goodbye.
where are you going?
Away for a while. I'm not really exactly sure where.
Where are you going? California, New Jersey, where?
Somewhere in between the two, I expect.
Kansas?
No, at least I hope not.
Well,
Listen, Robin, I need to tell you something. I've been realizing a few things, and nothing was ever your fault. I can't blame you just because we weren't made right for each other. Love is like a two-way street. I guess I was just caught in the opposing lane.
heck of a metaphor, David.
Yeah, you're right. That was horrible. Anyway, the point is, you can't blame yourself for my success. I can like you, and you didn't have anything to say about it. I understand why you left, and it's okay.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Now we can be friends again, as close as friends can be. You know, David, I still need you. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Yeah, right. Well, I guess you better go. I got to go out and take a couple of things.
Well, have a good trip, David. You deserve it. And I'll see you soon, right?
Well, maybe not soon, but
Eventually?
eventually I'm sure. Leave the door open. I gotta go out and get those checks. So I took the old caddy for a spin. It kept stalling. Typical. Piece of crap never ran a smooth mile in its life. I finally got it to run. Ran it into a telephone pole. That did it. Now that I think of it, I never got along with multinational corporations. Funny, but the last thing I thought was I'd forgotten to pay the bills. And then there was this last fleeting image of tears in eyes that were almost almond shaped. Definitely the stuff legends are made of. Sorry, kid.